first week of July, or
No, like July 18th around then.
you wait for the swelling to go down, or?
No, well, I got it drained, but I'm actually going to the World Cup, so I'm gonna wait till do it after that. That way I can do the proper rehab.
So you got it drained again?
Yeah, today.
Like that drinking thing, huh?
It was pretty big, so before I go, I want to drain it. That way I can be on the anti-inflammatory and make sure nothing happens when I come back to get surgery.
Is that the?
That's what the docs say.
Get the swelling down and then go under.
Yeah.
How's it feel today?
It feels alright right now. A lot better having one, not wasting all the effort. So that's good.
You haven't had the Kendrick Perkins leaning on you for a few days now.
Oh man, definitely. All the Boston guys, they like to beat you up. And again, hopefully Kendrick gets better quickly and has a speedy recovery.
Drew, you had said several times throughout the playoffs after you got hurt that it was all going to be about winning that title. That was what's going to make it all worth it. Now having just a couple days to reflect on it, can you think back to these few weeks playing through it?
Yeah, man. For me, like, I was just super happy. Everybody saw me. I was jumping up and down, probably the most animated I ever was on the sideline during that game because I really wanted to win it. It would have been really disappointing to have lost that championship. And now that I have it, it's kind of epic. It's the Celtics versus the Lakers. We're down 13 points in that game, fall all the way back in the last 5 minutes of the game, and really won it. So definitely a special championship from history perspective, from mine. Just being a part of it, being there, it was real special.
There were a couple times where we ran like straight to Powell, and I know you spent so much time with him this year on and off the floor. What were you thinking just watching him have such a really incredible
I was just trying to keep him inspired. He doesn't need it. He's a great player. But I was just telling him to get as many rebounds as he can and just be out there and playing very hard, man. And he went out there and did it and did more above and beyond. 19 and 18 is exceptional. And then especially that last rebound where he pushed Rondo down and got the ball. With 30 seconds left to go, it was amazing.
They call a foul.
Huh?
There's no foul called?
No, there's no foul, man. This is Boston versus Celtics, man. It's the last 5 minutes. Whistles in your pocket, man. You gotta duke it out.
You said at the beginning of, I think it was the beginning of the playoffs, it might have been towards the end of the season, but I think it was the beginning of the playoffs that you didn't feel like a veteran, because you hadn't done enough in the league. Do you feel like this playoff run playing through the knee injury has maybe pushed you that?
I'm still a young guy, so when I say that, I mean it from the perspective of my teammates. They're all older than me. We have a couple of teammates who are in their later part of their careers who teach us all kinds of stuff about being a professional. And in my situation, I've been lucky to have guys like Phil, guys like Kobe, guys like D. Fish, LOs, Artest, everybody. They're much older than I am, so I get to learn and see how they handle adversity and really try to learn from them, pull as much as I can from them. So in my position, I'm always going to feel like the young guy on this team until I get up there and there's somebody younger than me.
What do you think you learned the most from them this year?
Dealing with adversity, man. Guys losing their games and getting them back. Just talking to them, trying to understand, where they're at mentally. A lot of guys started to read, which helps out. PJ obviously pushes meditation, so you try all different kinds of things, and then you just figure out, what works for you, and you take from there. That's kind of how you learn from those guys.
Drew, you talked all postseason about how you were going to play no matter what. You kept saying, I will definitely be out there. But were there points in your head where you were thinking, I don't know if I can do this?
No, man, that's all I was thinking. Seriously, like, I have to play. I'm going to play. And it's pretty cool because I was just finished my exit meeting, and they were like, if you had to play one more game, could you play it? And I was like, yeah, I would definitely play. Like, I wanted to be a part of it any way that I could. So to get it done and to win, like I said, it just feels really, really, really good. And it's definitely a special moment, one I won't forget.
Andrew, what did you learn from yourself? Like, look at game 2, you had 21.7 blocks. Obviously limited, but if you can be that effective when you're limited, if you can get your body right for next season, I mean.
That's my whole plan, man. It's just to get right and try to do a whole year being healthy. And my rehab is going to be done out here, so I'm staying out here. I'm not going to Atlanta this off season. And then once I get finished, I'm actually going to go up and work with Alex McKechnie on all my core strength and stuff like that. Try to get the muscles fired right, and hopefully that'll help out.
Has it sunk in yet, just the notion of you're this young in your career and you've already gotten 2 championships?
No, man, and everyone keeps asking me the same. Like, I'm more like laid back, so obviously I feel great inside, but like I'm not super outwardly expressive about it. So everybody looks at me and they're like, "Man, you don't seem excited." No, definitely, it feels amazing to having done what we did together as a team. But I think when I go overseas and people are gonna start come up to you and just know about what you did over there, it's gonna feel even more special.
But just on a personal career level, having had this much happen for you this young, I mean, it's rare.
It's extremely rare, but I don't even know how to really address that. I mean, it is what it is. It's super rare, and hopefully continue to have great success. And like I said, I'm just gonna try to learn from this successful organization all the way down, top to bottom, and be that guy for this team in the years to come.
Drew, obviously you had to focus at a certain point on more on defense and rebounding when your knee was limiting you, but especially earlier in the season there were times when you could also be dominant on offense. Do you feel like you've gotten that level when healthy that you have the confidence to play against anyone and be one of the more dominant centers?
I mean, I definitely have work to do as far as to dominate the offensive side of the game. I know that my size defensively, I help this team especially a lot more. Offensively, I think stuff for me to work on over the summer is like my core strength, getting a better base so I can finish over the contact, and then getting to my moves more quickly, and then developing a real counter. Powell's counter with the left hook is amazing, so I want to obviously try to add that into my game. That's one thing I see with him. And then his activity level also is what I try to pick up on as far as getting the offensive rebounds. It's hard to kind of keep him out of the game. You look at his numbers, he's got 19, 15, and then he's got 8 assists to follow up. So it may not be the flashiest points, but he's gonna go get the ball, put it back in. He's gonna help the team. So there's a lot of stuff for me to pick up on. I'm just gonna try and do it.
Are you encouraged that this injury you had here was sort of a normal basketball one as opposed to the 2 fluky ones the last 2 years?
Yeah, man.
The scoreboard didn't fall on there.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why this one sucks the most, because I can't even say that. Like, no one can say that. It just happened. So this one, it is what it is. It's not the most serious one. I'm gonna get it taken care of, and everything's supposed to be cool. So.
Your name's popped up before in trade rumors. It's going to pop up again this summer. How do you deal with this?
I don't even look at it. I don't even care, about the trade rumors. I love the game, so I'm gonna play anywhere. I know it's cliche, but that's the truth. And hopefully, I'll be here for a long time.
You talked about veteran leadership. How important is it to bring Derek Fisher back next year?
Super important. So many time again he came up with the right thing to say to get everybody inspired, everybody motivated. It happens all the time in the fourth quarter. I think everybody knows about it. And then just the way he's a professional. He leads, through words and by example. He's always the first guy out there. He's shooting all kinds of jump shots, working on his handle. And he's getting treatment. He's there after we leave for practice on the road. He stays in the arena and he shoots. Just, he's the model professional, and it's great to have somebody like that in the locker room.
As far as Phil goes, how important is it for?
Oh man, I'm gonna put the pressure on. We all want PJ to come back, every last one of us. So hopefully, he makes the right decision and decides to get another ring.
You just talked about that leadership Derek brings and the things that he says to you guys during timeouts and all that stuff. Do you look forward to a point in your career where you're going to be in a position where you can take what you've learned from a guy like Fisher?
I definitely want to become more of a vocal leader, more of a leader. As far as, Fish is like the best. He's the cream of the crop at it, so it's going to be tough to kind of match with what he's been able to bring. But hopefully, like I said, in the future, I'll be more so like him.
Andrew, the core strength, is that going to, injury prevention-wise, is that going to be a factor? Or what is the logic in going that route?
That just is so, like, when you get pushed, you can always find neutral, being in the best athletic position. And I think that'll help me out in my game a lot. Sometimes I get into extension, people push me and things like that. So I need to just really work on being pushed and being able to, explode back up and finish over the top.
Now that you've been able to play with Powell, and there have been times this year where you look at one sideline kind of in amazement with him. How has that relationship on the court developed with you guys?
It's definitely there on the court. When we had a tendency to kind of do a lot of isolation style basketball, but when we're moving the ball, I think the high-low is very effective. He's throwing me countless lobs. When he ducks in on the weak side and I catch that high post, he's my first look, ducking in on the weak side. So it's definitely going to work. And then defensively, it really creates havoc for teams because now they have to finish over 2 7-footers back there. And then we most of the time, majority of the time, clean the rebounds up.
Kobe, I know it was a big deal when Kobe went down last summer and worked with Elijah and things like that. Have you ever put guys like that on your wish list that you?
I haven't. As far as working out down there, I've been the last 3 seasons. I've gotten injuries, so my whole thing's been injury prevention and trying to just be in the best shape as possible when the season rolls around.
Would you? I mean.
Would I want? I mean, of course. I definitely extend my hand out and ask for anyone to help, especially greats. But being with Cap and being with Chuck and the guys that I have around me, I think the Lakers cater a lot to me. So I just say stay in here.
That little Band-Aid, is that where the
That's where that's where the needle goes.
How much came out this time?
70 cc's.
Pretty consistent.
What's the most important thing for the Lakers to do this offseason in order for them to repeat the championship?
I'm gonna say bring Phil back. I think is big. Just the way he prepares the team, and then those types of things. And then we have the team to do it. We've proved it. So I don't think much has to change.
If you go to the World Cup, who do you think's going to win?
I want Brazil to win. Brazil's my team. I love all those dudes, man. They're nice. They've had the 2 previous Jordans, and Ronaldo and Ronaldinho. Those are my favorite guys. So I love that. I love that country, that organization. They just got a lot of talent. I like the way they play the game, pass the ball back and forth. Each guy has his opportunity to execute skill moves, and I don't know. I just like that country, that organization that they have, and I follow it.
Are you going there with Kobe or going with friends?
I'm going there with 2 high school buddies of mine.
When do you leave?
I leave the 28th, I believe, 27th that night.
Start doing like those Brazilian guys and just go by one name.
Drew.
Drew.
D-R-U.